Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazan and I'm a software engineer based in Germany. In this video, we are going to talk about how I got the German passport and how you can also get it. Ich erkläre feierlich, das ist das Grundgesetz und die Gesetze der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. So a little bit about myself. I came to Germany in 2018 to do my master's, and as soon as I was done with my master's, I decided to start working here, and then I've been working ever since. I was on a student visa before, and then I changed the student visa into a blue card, and I stayed on a blue card for a very long time until I had spent 27 months in my job, and then I got this blue card converted into a permanent residence. Last year, the traffic light coalition came up with this new law in which you can get the German citizenship in 3 to 5 years, and I thought this would be the perfect moment for me to start my application. So I started looking for the citizenship office in my city, and I searched it up. I said Einbürgerungsamt and then the name of my city, which is Paderborn, and after searching that, I came up to a page in which you can search for appointments, but there were no appointments available. I think it was really funny, and I thought to myself, what should I do now? So I sent them an email and I said, I think I am ready to become a German citizen if it's possible, and they said, we will give you an appointment for consultation, but we can't give it to you in a few weeks, so you will have to wait a few months, around 3 or 4. And I said fine. And then I was away on vacation, and as soon as I came back, I got a call from them saying that, is it possible for you to come in today and bring all of your documents with you? So my salary slips, as well as my Einbürgerungstest, my German B1 exam results, and to be honest, I didn't have any of those when I was going for the consultation. I couldn't even get my salary slips from the SAP portal from my office. So I just went in empty-handed. I went there and I said, this is my birth certificate, which I had with me, my marriage certificate, which I had with me as well. And I did not have my salary slips, but I opened bank account and showed the Mitarbeiter, the Sacharbeiter, the employee who is responsible for handling the cases, the person who is consulting me. Okay, this is my bank account, and I'm getting a salary regularly every month. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And then she asked me if I had done the Einbürgerungstest, and I had an appointment for the Einbürgerungstest, but obviously it takes a few months to get an appointment, and I was still waiting for it. So I said, I don't have it on me right now, but I will have it as soon as you guys call me in again to submit my application, because I already have a date. So I showed her the slip, and then she said, have you done German B1? And I didn't do German B1 then, but I said I'll get I said I'll apply. I'll look for an exam and appear for it before getting a response. And after looking at all my documents, she said, okay, this is the list of documents you need. So my birth certificate, my marriage certificate, my TK health card, 3 pay slips, as well as my passport, my Pakistani passport, since I'm from Pakistan, as well as she said that you need the Leben in Deutschland, and then as a proof of my German language skills, I also need the B1 certificate. And she gave me a list of all these documents, and she said, we will get back to you. And I said, when? And she said it would take about 1 year until we send you a letter, and then you can come in and submit your application. So I had a year to bring in or to complete all my documents and apply for the passport or for the citizenship. As soon as I was done with the consultation at the citizenship office, I had to go ahead and not apply, but I have to prepare for the Leben in Deutschland or Einbürgerungstest, essentially the same, but with different names. I'm not sure why. And I started preparing for these questions. I went to the App Store, downloaded an app called Leben in Deutschland, and started learning those questions. There were 300 questions related to Germany, and then there were some state specific questions, around 10 state specific questions. So since I live in NRW, so 10 questions related to the state of NRW. And out of the 310 questions, 33 questions appear in the exam. So 30 questions from the generic side, and then from the general questions, 300 general questions, and then 3 questions from the state. And you only need 17 out of 33 to pass. And yeah, I think I started going over these questions, and they were pretty simple. If you understand German, you don't have to learn much, but I would say that they actually teach you a lot about the history of Germany. And so I was really intrigued and interested in the history, so I started reading articles online. But if you don't have time, I think it's very simple, and you can just go ahead and download the app, do the questions a few times, and then you're good to go. And if you don't if you see new words, you can also prepare for them. So it's nice that when you see some words which you don't understand, then you can just write them down and also improve your German, because there might be some questions which are not common words, which are only used in legal text. So you can also learn these words, and you can learn a little bit about what is the history of Germany, what are the basic rights which every person has here, what are your rights, and so on. The funny thing is, I was prepared for my exam, but I wasn't able to appear in it due to a medical emergency, and I had my operation on the day of the exam. So sadly, I had to apply again, but I was well prepared for it. So in the second attempt, it took me 5 minutes to get done with all the questions, and I scored a 33 out of 33. I think anyone else can also score a perfect score. So as I said earlier, you need a few documents. So I already had my passport, my birth certificate, my marriage certificate, my health card, as well as my salary slips. I was able to download them this time around, and so I have all those documents with me. And the only thing which remained was preparing for the German exam. But then winter vacations came again, and I thought I can come back and appear for the German exam. And lo and behold, in January, when I'm back from my vacations, I see this letter from the Einbürgerungsamt asking me to respond in 4 weeks and take an appointment to submit my documents. And I still haven't appeared, and I still didn't appear for my German exam. So I thought to myself, let me talk to the visa officer and try to find a solution. So I called them and I told them that I have also applied for the permanent residence, since I have my living in Deutschland now, so I can apply for the permanent residence now. So I said I've already applied for it and I'm still waiting for my card. Therefore, if there's a possibility that we can somehow delay it. And they said that should be fine, and as soon as you have the card with you, you can come and appear, because I have vacations afterwards. So now the challenge was, obviously I had my PR then, but I wanted to also appear for my B1 exam. The good part is that I had already did a lot of learning on YouTube. So I just went on YouTube, did a revision of A1, A2, and then B1, and then I started solving a few books. So maybe I can somehow highlight some of these books here which I used, but in general the idea was that prepare for the exam, just for the exam, in a month, and go and appear for the for the exam, because even though somebody can prepare in a way that they can improve their German, but to prepare for the German B1 exam, I appeared for the TELC exam, and so there are 4 parts for this exam, just like IELTS. So reading, writing, speaking, listening. So I thought, all right, I can appear for this exam and prepare in a similar manner. So I had different books, as you might have seen on this highlighted on the screen. Maybe I'll put them in the comments as well. But I started preparing myself from YouTube videos, from these books, and focusing on all of these 4 parts. And then I started looking for schools where I can appear for the TELC B1 exam. So I went to all of the different schools in my city. So Sprachwerkstatt, Volkshochschule, as well as some other schools which were there. And turns out that it wasn't possible for me to appear for the TELC B1 exam in my city because they had a new exam in place, which was the TELC A2 B1. And so if you do not do a good job at the exam, you get a A2 certificate, but if you do well, then you get a B1 certificate. And so I thought, all right, I don't have an option. Either I go to the city, to another city, or I just appear in my city. And I said, let's appear in the same city. I went ahead and registered for the A2 B1 exam. To get the B1 certificate, you need at least 48 marks in all sections out of 60 to get the B1 certificate. And luckily, in my case, I passed in all sections. Maybe if I have the result, maybe I can put it here so you can also see that. And I guess that's about it. So once I had my certificate, I had all my documents, I filled up my application with providing my information about myself, what education did I get abroad as well as in Germany, where have I been in the past 5 years, or where have I lived in the past 5 years, where have I worked in the past 5 years. And so I gave all of this information, put it together, went for my appointment, and submitted all these documents which I've talked about. And as soon as I submitted all my documents, they said this will take some time. Now you have to go back home and wait. In a few weeks, I got a letter saying that your Einbürgerungstest is ready for pickup. And I asked them when is the best possible time to come, and they said you can come tomorrow morning and get your Einbürgerungstest. I was excited, so I was like, sure, why not? And I went there, and if you saw in the start of this video, I gave an oath, and yeah, that's when they gave me a certificate, which is the Einbürgerungstest. And they said with this certificate you can go to one of the offices which are responsible for getting the ID card and the passport. As soon as I gave my oath, I got the certificate, and then I went with the certificate as well as my Pakistani passport to the other office. I went there, showed them the documents, and I said I want to apply for the passport and the ID card, and they said you need biometric pictures now, and there are a few machines here. I went up to one of these machines. They took a picture, took my picture, my signature, and then my fingerprint, and I was done. And then they called me in to show my documents. They asked me how tall I am. I think they didn't have any system to check that out, but I tried to tell them it's how much is it, and then they were able to put it in the system. They didn't check how tall I was. They just essentially put in what I said, and then they said me to they asked me for a signature, and I usually put in my first name, and they said that it's in Germany. Since now you're a German citizen, you should know that you have to sign with your last name. I found it to be a bit weird, but then and there I had to come up with a new signature for myself, and so obviously I signed it, and I asked them how much time it will take. And so in my city, they said, or not in my city, but in general, because since it goes to the Bundesdruckerei in Berlin to print the passport as well as the ID card, I believe. So they said it will take both of the documents would take up to 7 weeks. But there is a possibility that I can pay a bit extra and get my passport in 5 days. Since I had to travel, I said that should be fine. Just take my money and give me the passport in 5 days. And yeah, After 5 days, yeah, I couldn't contain my excitement. After 5 days, I kept on checking and checking and checking, because the system is somehow manual. They don't inform you when you get it. But now I think the system has changed, because although they did say that I will not receive an email, I did receive an email as soon as my passport was there. So I went there and I got my passport, and after 4 or 5 weeks I also got my ID card. And yeah, that's how I got this passport. I hope you enjoyed listening to how I got my German citizenship. If you have any further questions, write them down in the comments, and if not, feel free to subscribe if you want to watch similar videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.